So I want to talk about creativity today.
Okay.
So I know you're a pretty creative guy. What is your understanding of creativity? We're not looking for like a Webster's definition, but just when someone says creativity, what comes to mind for you?
Sure. Creativity, I think, is just for me. It's taking what you've got, whether it's art supplies or materials in front of you, or documents you're quoting and sourcing. It's just taking what you've got and putting it together in a new and interesting arrangement that communicates something. It can communicate joy. You think of comedies, that make you laugh. It can be something that makes you think, or something that makes you cry, or whatever. So creativity is just taking things that you have and rearranging them and putting them together in an artful way that it's not just random assortments kind of thing. But sometimes it's just evocative. It's like I'm not necessarily trying to make you feel a certain sort of way. I'm just trying to make you feel. Period. And then it's up to
Right.
you. How are you feeling? But for me, the creativity side of it, it's God is creative. When we look at creation and we see everything that exists, there's no denying that God was infinitely imaginative. And we, in His image, we reflect that in some way. Now, there are people who they'll say, I'm an artist. My youngest, he'll say that sometimes. Even though he likes sports and all the other different things, you ask him, you say, well, what would you say about yourself? He'd say, I'm an artist. But I think even those of us who wouldn't necessarily consider ourselves an artist because we can't draw, or we can't sing, or we don't play music or anything like that, I think we're all artists in one way or another, because we're all taking things in the world, putting them together and putting our own fingerprints and our own stamp on it and making something new.
Right.
Just to me, that's kind of what creativity is. It's taking what the Lord has created and what He's put inside of us and figuring out interesting ways to arrange it and put it back out there.
Yeah.